This is a rainbow trout. Big Creek is just full of these. These are 2-year-old trout that were hatched here 2 years ago, and they're working their way back to Lake Erie. And they'll return in 3 to 4 years as adults and spawn again. Oh, let's let this one go.
Big Creek is so nice because it's so close. It's almost right. It's just outside Delhi, just outside the main street, and it's you can just walk anytime after school and just come down and catch fish. It doesn't matter the size. It's always fun coming down here. You can go for a walk along the trails we have, and also we'll catch fish. Definitely fish jumps right there.
What's great about the Norfolk County area in the Long Point Biosphere Reserve is that there's actually lots of cold water streams. And in southern Canada, there's not a lot of cold water streams, especially in southern Ontario. And Big Creek is one of the best cold water systems. What makes a cold water system so unique? It's all the great trout fishing that exists here in Norfolk County because of these cold water systems. You can catch a variety of species here. Where we are today in Delhi is we'll get migratory rainbow trout, brown trout, and brook trout moving through here. But Big Creek is home to all sorts of different species. And as you work your way towards Long Point Bay, you can catch lots of different species like smallmouth bass, largemouth bass, northern pike, carp, you name it. There's such diversity here. There's some days down here when I'm fishing that it's me and just the turkeys and the deer, and you'll see the odd fox or the odd red squirrel, but lots of wildlife in the valley.
Whenever we go out, Stephanie always somehow catches a bigger fish than me. It happens all the time, and I come home all the time from trips with just me and my dad. I tell her about all the big fish we catch, but when she comes out with us here at Big Creek, she always seems to catch the big ones.
Well, I think when you're talking about nature and family, for Heather and I to immerse Trevor and Stephanie in the outdoors is important to us. And our best way to enjoy the outdoors is angling. There's a lot of great ways to enjoy the outdoors, but for us it's fishing. And so it's not just catching fish, it's just spending that time outdoors in that fresh air and just being part of this system that we have here. My name's Jay, and I'm hooked on Norfolk.
Delhi's my hometown, born and raised, and it's always been a part of my life. My dad was a big fisherman, so we'd come here fishing all the time as a kid. And in school, we kind of hung out here. It was out of the way. And as an adult raising my children, it's a great nature spot. We can fish in our backyard. You feel like you're miles away from town, but you're tucked away here in town. It's one of our best gems, and it's beautiful. It's nature, lots of exciting animals. I'm Patty O'Reilly. This is my home, and I escaped a couple times, but it will always be home, and I'm so grateful to be living here.
We love the fish. Just a nice, quiet place down here, and with the park and everything, it's done up really nice. We don't want to tell everybody, they'll all be down here. It's nice, it's nice.
Well, it's been an amazing place since the turn of the century, I guess. Since glacial times, we've got a dune that's built on our property. It's predominantly from the southwest winds, blowing the particular type of sand that will drift, just like snow. A lot of people are amazed that I get it all the time. We didn't know there was anything like this in Ontario. And especially small children, when they climb the hill for the first time, it's something they'll never forget. When they come back, a lot of times when they get older with their children, they want their children to have the same experience, to climb the hill and see the surrounding area. The campground could be basically anywhere else, but it's the dune that makes it special. The dune on lakeshore property is something that you don't see very often. If you go out east, there are some places they have the same dunes. Hopefully our guests feel total relaxation. Get away from the daily grind. Come here and let the stress run off and enjoy yourself. Be a kid again. Climb the hill, play in the sand, swim on the shore. Yeah, be a kid again. That's the thing. Hi, I'm John Olton from Sandhill Park. My son Zachary is sixth generation. We've been looking after this property since the 1854, our family.
It's just a special place in my heart that I'm proud of. As a kid growing up, every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I was down here with my dad. My dad was working the beach, making sure everyone's staying safe, and I was playing on the hill, playing in the water with my brothers and sisters. And it was just a great atmosphere growing up. The Sandhill is just beautiful. Something out of this world. Something people go to Mexico and pay thousands of dollars, or Dominican. And this is a little slice of that here in Ontario. I'm Zach Olton, sixth generation owner at Sandhill Park.
We love coming to Deer Creek with our family because it's such a small and safe location for our kids to explore. They can ride their bikes, meet up with friends, explore in the forest, and we especially love the water. We love to go kayaking, paddleboarding, and seeing all the different fish that they have in the lake here. We go out fishing on our boat from the dock, and it's always an exciting adventure for our whole family.
Welcome to Deer Creek Conservation Area, an amazing place to connect with nature and have a great time outdoors. There's all kinds of awesome stuff here at Deer Creek. We've got 40 campsites and an 80-acre reservoir that you can see here behind me for some awesome fishing, swimming, and just enjoying time out on the water. There's plenty for anyone of all ages to do. In fact, a great pastime that's incredibly popular here is an early morning exercise paddle. You can get some arm movement in while you're out on the water enjoying the sun. Deer Creek stands out because of that sort of northern Ontario feel that you can get without needing the 6-hour car drive. What's really nice about Deer Creek is that it's fairly private and quiet. There's no motorized vehicles allowed on the reservoir, so the electric motors only or paddle power keeps things quiet and serene, and you can really just become one with the outdoors. Deer Creek, you can get lost in the nature here. When you're out paddling, you can end up being the only one out and about. It's just you, giant trees. There's really a whole day of experiences here. There's tons of little branching off inlets, and you can really just immerse yourself out there. It's a great all-ages beach here at Deer Creek. The incline's nice and gradual, so younger kids can really learn to swim here. And the water quality is super nice, the beach is super sandy. It's a great way to spend a day as a family. I have it on good authority that this is one of the best places to have your first time fishing, because it's rather easy to catch something here, and you just get that satisfaction of a successful fishing trip. It's also a great place to learn how to canoe or kayak, and if you don't have a boat of your own, you can even rent one here. And this is a great way to get acclimatized to the outdoors. I would love to have had my first fishing experience here.
when you come here, you really get a flavor of what it's like to live here as a local and what it's like to experience the natural habitat and ecosystems that thrive here, and why this has become such a special and integral component of Norfolk County. You'll also see a lot of locals in Norfolk that make their way to our 2-level patio here, or to grab a pint of hometown over at the Sea Can deck.
Wow, this is just such a great view, hey? Like, you can come here anytime and see this great. It's always interesting, and it's always changing. See Long Point. Cool.
Or you're gonna see your typical city dweller who is coming to escape the hustle and bustle of the city. They're looking for some relaxation on Lake Erie, and they want a little bit of a taste of what nature has to offer, and they come here for that.
Yeah, just a fantastic place to come.
I think the best thing about glamping here at Long Point Eco Adventures is that campfire experience where you come out of your tent at night. We're dark sky certified, so you get a beautiful blanket of stars to look at each night. You sit down and you kind of just get that authentic experience with nature. And I think it's kind of brought back a little bit of an appreciation for it by letting people have that connection that normally I don't think they would get otherwise. We get a very healthy dose of mountain bikers, thanks to our 90 kilometers of trails that surround the resort here that have been built by the Turkey Point Mountain Bike Club.
I love coming here. The mountain bike trails come right through here. Can't beat the view. The craft beers they sell here are good to wash down the dust from your palate after a hard day on the trail, and really it's just a great place. We're lucky to be here in Norfolk and have something like this to come and enjoy for sure.
It's kind of a great location here to get a little bit of everything. My favorite thing about eco is that there isn't a favorite thing about eco. Eco is eco, and there is nothing else like it that I've ever experienced in my life, where I got to feel such a part of such a community that still, not only do they care about Norfolk and the people in Norfolk in general, but they care about the area that we live in. And I think it's really, really important that businesses continue to prosper here to care about that. We notice is a lot of metropolitan people were looking for these areas that are kind of on the outskirts to feel that reconnection, to slow down a little bit, get a chance to experience life. And that's what eco gives you. And I think that's what Norfolk County gives you too. I'm Chloe. I'm the general manager here at Long Point Eco Adventures, and look at me. I get to work somewhere where it doesn't feel like work.